to Tuesday Night Torg on the Ulysses International channel. I am JM, your GM, and with me, as always, are our horsemen. I won't say of the apocalypse. I'm really hoping that that's not who you end up being, but who knows? This is your game. I will run it however you choose. It's good to be back. Hopefully, you are all having a wonderful night. Just wanted to touch base. The project has closed, but the Orosh crowdfunding on Game on Tabletop was wildly successful. They almost made 900% of what they wanted, and they unlocked 11 different stretch goals. I think the last time we talked, it was spell cards and miracle cards, which were the last two things that got unlocked, which is, I mean, pretty awesome if you think about it. 11 stretch goals. The crate's going to look great. And so if you participate in that, congratulations. I think the PDFs have gone out. I've gotten to take a look at the Orosh PDF, and it is suitably nasty. So, when we last left off, Anton got hit by a wagon. Actually, a lot of you got hit by a wagon. You arrived in Orosh at the Grey Ferret, and while there, Tyrannic was still a little skittish about explaining what happened at the Tunguska crater with Grigori. But while there, the town that they were in, this little way station sort of town, kind of a palisade around it, several houses, an inn. There was being shaken down by a group of people who swore allegiance to something or someone called the Warden. Now, the group, being the heroes that they are, stepped into battle and defend the Wardens, or the people from the Warden. But unfortunately, this is Orosh, and that did not go nearly as, I think, well as they had hoped. They did manage to slay the Warden in the end, but I think all of you are pretty battered and bruised. Able to do so, thankfully, due to a glory at a very opportune moment. You guys did discover that the Warden, because V was talking with the innkeeper and his children, runs a prison off the coast of India called Kalapane. And in slaying the Warden, everything looked to be okay. Lady Salvo, I believe it was, snagged the locket from around his neck. And he seemed to ignite and burn to cinders before they could really figure out what was going on. However, a monster hunter rode up, and said he had a message for a someone named Tyrannic? ? And I think that's just right where we're going to jump right back in. Rain is coming down, mud, like the entire courtyard of this place has just been churned to sludge. The door. And like you guys can see where you can still see the wreckage of the wagon up against the entrance of the inn. Tons of evidence of this fight. Your muddy boot prints, your blood in the mud. The rain is still coming down thick. The monster hunter sits on the back of his horse, wide-brimmed hat, water just kind of running off the brim, leather satchel in his left hand. You do know that one of the Warden's men, if you remember, given the opportunity to continue fighting or beat a hastily retreat, definitely ran away. So, that is where we're going to start. Yes, so Tyrannic, is there a Tyrannic here?
Yep, that's me.
What in the hell are you?
You haven't seen this manner of creature before?
No, that would be why I ask what the hell you are.
Don't worry about it. I'll take that letter.
He kind of looks to Edith. Do you need help putting this one down too?
Oh, when he says that, I'm going to bring up my gun and kind of...
He brings up his Monster Hunter rifle. Remember, this is Orosh.
Lady Salvo's, I gently lower my hand on the gun and say, "What manner of creature are you?"
He's a human.
You can't tell by looking.
Yeah,
You
he
definitely
looks
can. At least in this case, he's definitely not an Adinos.
It could be a werewolf.
Yeah.
We don't
The
know.
letter?
Is the letter smell of perfume?
He hands the leather satchel to
Musk.
Tyrannic.
I think I'm going to step aside for a second and just in case it's sensitive information and read this. Maybe under Peach's wing, so I'm protected from the rain and away from the others.
Much like a basset hound's ear, Peaches sort of uses his wing to create a small shelter for Tyrannic.
I thought Peaches was still kind of ticked at Tyrannic for maybe letting him getting wounded.
No, he's from the
Peaches
living
will be
land. So you kind of open this leather satchel, pull out a note. You get a strong scent of like tobacco smoke and vodka. Do you want me to read this to you, like in front of everyone?
Yeah,
Okay.
in a Russian accent, please. But
in Russian accent, I can do this for
pretend
you.
you haven't read it.
Yes.
Pretend this is a secret.
Right. My dearest Tyrannic, I hope this message finds you well. I am hip deep in Volkov soldiers. And then there's like a little scratch out. I mean that metaphorically. And I find my thoughts turning to you. I hope that you have made it to the Grey Ferret and your friends were able to join you as I sent word to the Deathless to ensure that they had safe passage. I must tell you how much it cost me to work with such an unholy abomination. But you are worth it. Now that you are in the Grey Ferret, I must tell you what you wish to know. The Gaunt Man, he holds a prison nearby by a creature called the Warden. He keeps storm knights there. Those that he captures from around Core Earth. The High Lords use this as a holding place for those members of your organization that are deemed too useful to slay and too powerful to keep anywhere else. I believe the Gaunt Man uses these for other experiments. Be careful, Tyrannic. I have heard that the walls of this prison bleed. I know that Volkov has recently sent many prisoners there, but one in particular was transported recently. All I was able to tell is that this person is in cell 432. I hope that this information helps you and your friends bring an end to whatever Volkov's plan is for this person. Know that I am working towards similar goals, and together we will ascend to the High Lord seat of Tharkold. Go with God. Yours, Grigory Rasputin.
I think I take a moment to absorb this message, and then I go back to the messenger.
You wash it. She didn't say she was with you. I'm still not sure there's not some sort of monster that I just haven't seen or killed yet.
This one's with us.
Well, why didn't you just say so? And he kind of puts the throws the duster back, puts the gun back, pulls the duster back over it with snaps of leather.
Smart move.
You have to take a message back for me. Can you deliver it to the same sender?
Listen, is this really that important? You
Yes,
have
very
this.
important.
You have this grin on your face that either like you ate a mouse, or you're in love. And if it's the second, I don't fancy being the courier between you and whoever's on the other side of that letter.
It's none of your concern. It's very important.
He again looks to Edith. Listen, I'll get it to who I can.
Okay. Do you have a paper? Do you have some spare paper I can use?
No, I'm literally sitting in the rain on my horse.
Okay. Well, I will. I guess use if I could tear off a piece of that letter or find some way to make some paper to write down.
Right on the back.
Okay, I'll write on the back. Edith, do you have a pen?
Probably.
Okay, while Tyrannic is writing this, what are the rest of you guys doing? Don't worry, Tyrannic, we'll have you read your letter. But
I was going to go back in the inn and maybe take a seat and meditate and try to mend myself.
okay, that takes an hour, yes?
It takes an hour to rest, yes, and then I have
Okay.
to make a roll.
All right, go ahead and give me the roll, assuming that nothing jumps out of the shadows at you. We'll see. We'll see if that holds. V and Lady Salvo, what are you doing while Edith helps Tyrannic write this note?
I mean, V is very curious as to what's going on because she knows that Tyrannic was in the shed with Grigori for a really long time. We don't know what happened, but she's trying to be respectful, so she will attempt to do. Can I try a first aid roll on Lady Salvo?
Let me check. I believe you may. It would probably be best if you get out of the rain while you do this.
Well, I was gonna go in the bar. I mean, I haven't really left the bar. I mean, I poked my head out at the sound of the horse because I was intrigued.
Yeah, that'll take about 10 minutes. DN 10 plus your plus Lady Salvo's wound penalty. Now, Edith, you may have to do this writing for him because Michael, I'm just letting you know your tech axiom is and paper or just
English composition wasn't covered in Lady Salvo's henchman school.
Ooh.
You mean
now I desperately want
Lapis.
a T-shirt that says Lapis's henchman finishing school
Oh, yeah.
and like make a seal. That would be amazing.
That would be
Please.
really good.
Merch.
Can we just clear up that Edith and V have an acknowledgement of whatever said to the one? Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay. I will dictate my letter to Edith. Whenever
You're going to
you're
write this letter out for him? Okay. So, Maddie, go ahead and give me your first aid roll. What did you get, Anton?
Even with my roll of a 7, my kinesis is high enough. I scored a success, which I only had 1 wound anyway, so I removed that.
Okay, so over the next hour, you'll
I'll
heal
heal
up.
if nothing happens.
What'd you get, Maddie?
I had to use a possibility, and this dice is banned. It rolled a 5 and a 2. Those are Fading Suns rolls, not Torg rolls. So that gets me to 15 minus 3 is 13, which is I think exactly what I need to hit.
If does Lady Salvo have 3 wounds? Yeah, then you'll heal her for 1 wound.
Okay, I don't have to subtract anything. It bumps the DN.
Yeah, it bumps the DN
Okay.
to a 13. Yeah.
So then I had a 15.
Okay, perfect.
1 wound.
All right, so V and Lady Salvo, you are in the Gray Ferret, and V is patching up Lady Salvo. While in the corner, Edith is taking dictation, I guess. Tyrannic, what are you... go ahead and give us this letter.
Okay. Edith, not a word to the others. To my dearest, wild-eyed woolly mammoth. Thank you for your words on the paper. Our interests are aligned. and my friends and I will embark to the place you mentioned. Stay in touch. Next year in Mexico, XOXO, yours, Tyrannic.
He doesn't have a nickname for you?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Okay.
That's not important to this letter.
Sorry.
All right, so, what are you guys doing? They finished the letter. Anton's sort of in the corner meditating, and you can see like the flesh slowly knitting back together. Lady Salvo has been bandaged.
I order a drink, just something strong. Don't care what it is.
I don't think the innkeeper's here still. I think V got
Then
them out.
Then I pour myself a drink.
I will have one as well.
There is a thick spiced rum. There's a lot of jars of it behind the back, and it definitely looks like this is something that has been let's just say it's been produced in-house.
V's gonna take a hit off of her already established wine flask. I'm not touching that.
All right, so the inn is just the 5 of you and this monster hunter. What?
So Edith, give him the letter, and I'll give the messenger one of my uncut gems as payment.
Wait.
Aye, that's a... Well, even if it is a love letter, I'll definitely deliver it for you.
Your name?
Mine. Emery Hanrahan, what's yours?
Edith.
Just Edith.
Correct.
Emery and Edith sitting in a tree.
And
Yeah,
who
okay.
about Emery?
What was that?
Who will vouch for you, Emery?
He kind of looks at you. He looks at the fact that you have matching dusters, and while yours is a crossbow, he has a monster hunter rifle. He kind of opens up the lapel of his duster, and you see like an Orosian medal. I think I speak for myself. I got his letter here, didn't I? Since when do monster hunters need vouching between each other?
I haven't heard of you.
I haven't heard of you, but you don't see me asking where you got that crossbow. Right then, do you know if the inn is available to stay in?
If you don't expect room service.
No? Looks like you guys are traveling coach as well. Alright, well, then I'm just gonna go upstairs, have a nice rest, and I'll take this back to the man who gave me the first letter tonight, or tomorrow.
Yeah,
Should-
can you describe that man?
The one that,
I should have asked this before.
I mean, sure, he's, about yay big, big red beard, wild look in his eyes. Actually, the beard might be gone now. He's, got a weird dog with him. It's probably fine.
Thank you. I hand him the letter.
He takes the gem in the letter. Good luck to y'all. I don't know what you're up to, but you have the look of people who, well, he kind of nods to Edith and Lady Salvo and Anton and takes a step away from Tyrannic and nods to V. You have the look of people who Urish needs more of, so wish the best to you. May the Savior shed his light upon you, and I'm gonna go to sleep. And he just heads upstairs.
Tyrannic. Is there a chance you could use some of your magic to heal those of us who are injured?
Yes, I think I can only heal one of you at a time.
Maddie, V patched me up a little bit, so
Yeah, but Lady Salvo's like, I think the worst. How many wounds do all of you have still? Just 2 for Edith,
fine.
2 for Lady Salvo, and everyone else is fine.
you should see to Edith first if you can.
Okay.
Edith can take 4 wounds, but
Okay. Well, Edith, you just dictated my letter, so I will repay you with a blessing from Lanam.
thank
So
you.
that is a standard success, so 1 wound and all shock.
While Tyrannic does that, I will go to Lady Salvo. You have locket? I can use it to track Warden.
Yeah, I'll pull it out and sort of just dangle it over your hand. And
See, this is why it keeps happening, Mark.
now she says, "Be careful. In this realm, who knows what might be listening?" And then drops it into your hand.
I will try to use clairsentience so we can. Now, depending, if clairsentience, I can track where they're at,
Okay.
and if it's good, if they're dead, I know where the body is, and if it's outstanding, if he's in another realm, but still within the same cosm, it functions normally. So, and so supposedly he went somewhere else. So,
Okay.
I will try that.
Give me the roll. And Trannic, you can do multi-action with your spell. You just take -2 for each target.
Oh, okay. Well, let's say I do that then. I think that would all still be a good. So yeah. So whoever needs. So Lady Salvo, you get 1 wound back.
Hooray! Thank you.
All right, what'd you get, Mark?
I got a 19 and the DN is 12. So I got a good success. So I know where the body is if he's dead. If not, then I can, like before, I've used it to track the target.
Right. So,
Can't pinpoint yet, but I know, it's this way.
so Anton, you definitely, the owner of this locket is to the east of you, many miles away. The other thing that you pick up is the fact that the body is very much not dead.
I tell everyone, he's not dead.
You hear the rattling of chains. You smell. You just smell. It smells like an abattoir. There is the smell of like blood and filth, human and otherwise. There's the smell of sweat. You get cries of pain and torment and agony, and you again.
Like slave pens I grew up in.
You hear, "I see you," and I need you to give me a willpower test.
Okay.
Soon, Anton. Soon.
It's a 3, but I'll spend a possibility to raise that. My willpower, the max is 12, because I rolled really bad.
You rolled really bad. Okay, you're fine. Again,
Well, I mean, I couldn't get much on top of my willpower save, so.
Oh, yes, damnation number 5. It's that scent. That's what you sort of pick up. So, all right, Anton. That's what you get. You definitely get all of that. You are unused to having someone see back through or sense back through your um, clairvoyance.
When he says that, I drop a locket and kind of
I catch it.
not dead, and I think he knows we're coming.
Do I see them messing around with the locket?
You definitely see them messing around with the locket.
Yeah, I am gonna stride over and with like a handkerchief or a napkin or something, wrap it around the locket and tell them, I told you not to touch it.
Lady Salvo, you get it, and then Edith comes over and gives you the locket. When it hits your hand, it actually it pops open. And you can see there are two pictures on either half of the locket, right? Little sort of like curio kind of keepsake kind of thing. And you can see two young, like you can't tell if they're siblings or if it's like a young man and a young woman, but there's a man and a woman inside the locket, and the pictures are. They're little drawings, if that makes sense. They're remarkably well done little paintings inside these lockets, and they seem to be looking at each other. That's just sort of the profiles that they each have, kind of in there. And on the back, it says 2J. From A.
Well, I'll definitely hand the locket to Edith, but I'll also kind of look her in the eye and say, it was you who said we couldn't defeat this creature permanently until we knew more about his weakness.
Yes, but, basic health and safety.
Anton requires physical contact, as I'm sure you're aware.
Hashtag canon.
So,
I mean, I acknowledge it's a risk, but if we're going to defeat the warden once and for all, I think we have to take a few risks.
Yes, we have to go to the prison.
So, Edith, as a monster hunter, just give me a mind roll. What skills do you have that would help you with monster hunting?
Well, interestingly enough, I have taken profession monster hunter.
Sweet! Give me a profession monster hunter roll.
$17.
All right, so that's a good success. So what you know, okay? You know about. I mean, you're a monster hunter, right? This is sort of your wheelhouse, if you will, your bailiwick. There are monsters who seem to have soaked up some of the horror and the terror of Orosh. These things sort of go beyond the threats that you have encountered here. Right, and you've encountered some pretty major threats in the arc of this campaign, right? You have fought supervillains from the Nile Empire. You have fought werewolves in Central Park. You have battled more techno-demons than possibly anyone but the chat is keeping count of. Usually on the back of a C-130. I know I have a type. But there are subtle tiers to monsters in Orosh. You have the threats. You have what you would call the horrors, and they're more dangerous. They're like they sort of soak up the darkness and the evil of Orosh and use it as a cloak of armor and protection. And then, well, Edith, there are the nightmares. Some might say that they are the nobility of the monsters in Orosh. But the problem is they don't die. Every time you kill one, they just keep coming back. Now, monster hunters have developed a very sort of word of mouth, local legends, folklore, sort of sharing among themselves. And basically what happens is, you know, that if a monster is not, or a nightmare is not just born like, some dude got bit by a werewolf, it sucks to be him, right? Nightmares are born of pain and terror and darkness and horror. They embody what it means to be an Orosh. And so when they die, they come back because each one has, or at least the belief is, each one has what's known as a true death. You have to figure out how it fits into the origins of the creature's journey into nightmarehood, or perhaps like provide him some sort of peace or release or catharsis at the end. And you know that generally, you need to understand the monster. You need to understand the nightmare. So generally, there are, because you got a good success, I'm going to give you these 5 things. Generally, 5 things that you need to find out about a monster in order to have a chance of delivering a true death. You need to know its desire. All nightmares have something they want above all else. You need to know its habits, because sometimes these things will only attack at certain times. They will only attack certain people. They will only attack in certain ways, or they do things for a specific reason, almost obsessively. It's tied into why they became the way they were. You need to find out if they have a link to a person, a place, or an object. You need to understand the origin of the creature. Then you need to find out, most of them have some sort of thing they keep around for sentimental value. Some token that reminds them of what they've lost. It usually is something they keep around and yet causes them pain, right? Because they're remembering what it was that they once had and now are forever separated from the grave, or by the grave. The other thing, Edith, because you got a 15, you know that a 17. Well, you got a good success. Every time you kill one of these things, if you don't put it down for good, it comes back stronger.
So, should we stay here tonight?
How much further are we going to get in this rain?
Yeah.
Do we know how far away the jail is?
Well, Edith, you know that you're pretty far from the coast here, but you also know that maybe an hour's ride away in this weather, there's a station. You could pick up a train to the coast.
Wait. That's the wrong night. We don't want to get on a train. That's.
Is it the Oroshian Express? I say we get on it.
Yeah.
The horror on the Oroshian Express.
We might
How
be
far-
better, because if we rest, then we can recover wounds, right?
You do have the chance of recovering wounds if you rest here in the inn. It'll keep you out of the rain. You will be able to fill up on homemade hooch.
I drink my Tharcold water.
It tastes of iodine, but is safe for you to drink.
Is there a way we can fortify this place in any case anyone, decides to come back?
Oh, sure. You could nail the windows shut. You could barricade the doors, that sort of thing. That would, I mean, you're definitely
18
able to do
montage. 18 montage.
Do we barricade the door with what's left of the wagon?
Yeah, if you guys want to spend, you can take like a half hour to kind of barricade this whole thing together.
Dun, 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 dun.
Da 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 da. I mean, we do have a deep and abiding love for the A and the B team on this show.
Right. That's right. The B team too.
All right, you guys. If anybody who is gonna help barricade, and so what I'll need from you is either just a strength or a mind roll. And what I'll say is let's pick one person to be the main person, and
Use
we'll
my
do.
telekinesis to lift it up and then put it in place. I so disdain physical labor.
I mean, if you what I'm going to say is we're going to do it as a cooperative test. So you are welcome to help with telekinesis. Yes, I only need a roll from one person, either a strength or a mind roll, and then we'll do. You'll get bonuses based off how many people are actively helping.
You don't want me to be the lead on this.
I can't do strength. I can do mind and design it, but I can't lift it.
Okay, give me.
Can beat a 9 in strength.
No, I'm a 9-2.
Nope. I just have a 10 in mind.
All right, well,
Maddie needs to be Hannibal on this one.
that's right. All right, so if Maddie's Hannibaling it and you are all helping, so how are you all helping? So Maddie, kind of, what is your goal? And then I want everyone to decide how they're helping, and this will give you a +3 to your final roll. So what's the goal here, Maddie?
I want to barricade this in a way that we're not going to be surprised, but if we need to, we have quick egress. So trying to be a little more methodical in how we set this up.
Okay. Anton, you said you're picking like the wagon up, moving it where Maddie tells you. Lady Salvo, Edith, Tyrannic, how are you helping?
I think I'll probably move the dead people and maybe away from the inn, but still clear that this is a bad place for people to visit.
I don't think we want to leave them out because it's going to attract more notice.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll bury them, man.
Were you planning on like propping them up by the gate to warn people and scare them off?
That's what you would do in the Living Lands. So that's where Tyrannic's mindset's at. But if Edith says that's a bad idea, maybe I'll bury them.
Okay, so Tyrannic is burying
We'll
the
just
dead.
cover them with,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be nailing the boards in with my hyper accuracy, so it takes like just the one good whack,
Nice.
with the hammer.
And Edith, I mean, aside from directing Tyrannic to not pose the dead or eat the dead, what are you doing? Aside from being Tyrannic's conscience.
Yeah, I'm helping move chairs and debris out of the walkways and into barricades.
All right, Maddie, go ahead and give me the roll, please. You'll get a total of +3 to this roll.
And it's just a straight mind roll?
Just a straight mind roll.
Don't screw. Okay. So I rolled an 11, but that gets me to 13 with the +3.
All right. You batten the hatches down. Aside from the couple leaks in the roof, the place feels sort of rather secure.
Would it help if I used my willpower to get it to 16?
It's always going to help you if you. That'll get you to a good success.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right.
I
You
don't
also
like
managed to recock the roof, and there are now no. So you have a very secure place to stay for the night. None of you get great sleep because this storm seems to keep raging, and it never seems to move. It never moves to the eye. It never blows past. It just seems to be centered or at least like the driving part of the storm, just beats at the walls of this inn. The shutters rattle all night. The wind howls. The walls shake. But you may all give me your tests to recover from.
Lady Salvo spends the night cuddled up with Peaches.
Everybody give me a strength check minus your wound penalty. All you need to do is hit a 10 total and you'll recover your last wound. Now, are you all sleeping? Like, what's the plan here? V, you're in
Nat
charge.
20.
I'm gonna keep watch for at least a little while because I don't trust anything here.
All right.
I feel like a champ.
I think Tyrannic's going to confide a little bit to Edith about the letter and what it says in there.
Oh, the letter that was sent to you, not the letter
Yeah.
that you sent. I'm like, she knows the letter you sent back, Tyrannic.
Right.
She stole the thoughts out of your head and put them onto paper. All right, so Lady Salvo is resting. Anton, what are you doing?
I will also take a turn at watch after V's done. We need to remain vigilant. And I'm not wounded anymore, so I don't need to get a good sleep for that.
All right, so you and V are keeping an eye out. Both of you give me find rolls. Tyrannic, what are you telling Edith?
I think I'm going to tell her. She obviously has some of it already, but, love is complicated in the living lands. He reminds me of a woolly mammoth. And, I think for the time being, our interests are aligned, so we need to get to that prison. There's some storm knights being held there, and I think we need them for our cause.
Okay, I agree.
Is it the hair or the teeth that reminds Tyrannic of a mammoth, or both?
The hair and the eyes, I think.
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are not surprised by this news at all, apparently.
No one is Tyrannic. Like, your heart is like right here, and it's got a tattoo of T loves G, like right there in the middle. Anton, what did you get on your find roll, sir? Just a 1.
A mishap? Oh, God.
Okay. V, what did you
I'm not
get?
gonna lie, I got a 1.
No,
sorry,
dude,
guys. Sorry, it's been fun, guys.
Anton, little high five there, bud.
14.
A 14. Now, I do need to ask a question here. Are you watching? Are you guys both spending the whole night watching? Are you what's your plan here?
I think V's gonna stay up for a while, hoping that Edith gets the tea and then spills the tea. So I think
Yep. I thought we would switch off. Not
we
at
can
the same
switch
time.
off, but V's gonna maybe stay up a little longer than she needs to, hoping to get some answers.
Okay. Edith, do you gossip late into the night with V or Lady Salvo? I'm just gonna let you know you're wrapped in a blanket of peaches, and it is just you wake up. You're gonna wake up refreshed, just like.
I mean, I'm not gonna belabor the point, but yeah, V is not going to. V needs to know the story.
All right. I mean,
That's what was going on in the shed.
so, V, you and Edith spend some time talking. Tyrannic, you go to rest. Lady Salvo is out. Anton is on guard duty. Edith, do you want to give me your... no. So, Anton, you keep watch on the front of the inn. You don't see anything. V, you take your rest. V comes. She watches. Nothing. when it kind of comes back in your time to swap again, it's the sound of glass breaking just to your right. That is your first sign that something is going wrong. The window that you have shuttered, you can hear the glass. You can't tell if it's the glass behind the window breaking or glass breaking against the window, but the shutter blows back and a gout of flame comes through the window, and it just seems to stick to everything. And even though it's raining outside, the wood just starts to burn. And you can see that out there is a guy. The lightning flashes, and sort of you don't know how he got this close, Anton, but he's standing there with 2 more glass vials, and he cackles in the moonlight, and he chucks both of them into the inn, and you see these tiny little glass orbs come spinning through the open window,
Bang,
and
bang, 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 bang.
and they hit the ground, and flames erupt in the common room of the inn.
Can I shoot them out of the air?
You are sleeping with Peaches,
So no. Okay.
so
fair enough.
no. What do you do, Anton?
I'm more shocked and couldn't respond because flames is my shtick. I mean, it's like,
Yes. In Oroche, fire sets you. What do you do, Anton? Your companions are asleep.
I yell at everyone to get up, get up. We're under attack.
All right, you guys all can hear these screams from downstairs, manly Russian screams of unterror, as Anton bellows you awake. And we're going to go into dramatic task, or at least dramatic scenes, to see what is going on. You are under assault. You try to outflank. So villains will go first. Heroes, we're going to say everyone. Heroes are fatigued, so everyone takes 2 shock. And Anton, the first thing you hear is on the other side of the inn. You can see this axe comes through the shutter, works its way free, and then comes through again. There are people with large fire axes that are trying to chop through the far side of the inn to get inside. You also see the door to the inn rattle, but your barricade holds. So, that's their turn. What are you all doing? Remember, you all take 2 shock. You are fatigued.
Is this a combat or a dramatic task?
This is a dramatic scene.
Dramatic combat scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
What's the plan?
Well, I guess I run downstairs with Peaches.
Are there windows?
You have
Yeah,
boarded
we
up all
said-
the windows.
We'd left some form of egress. So where did we leave our point of egress?
I mean, I'm just the GM.
Okay, team. Did we put it at a window? Did we put it at a door?
Put it to the door.
Open window now.
Right. We might need to make it the window.
Anton, you definitely hear, "It's Johannes!" coming from the...
Bad joke, Chan. Bad joke.
I'm
I
not
was waiting
just
Fire
here for
Marshal
you.
Bill.
Greg has said that Oroche is unclear on the concept of firefighter.
So it's not a fire axe; it's just an axe. Is what he.
Yeah. Where would you have left your egress, Genevieve? You got a good success. I will let this sit wherever you want it to be.
I think it would have actually, honestly, knowing V would have been one of the windows because she's used to having to make a lot of really weird escapes. So maybe the window in the storeroom in the back. So maybe not. An obvious choice.
All right. So you all know where the egress is. All right. So Tyrannic, you come down the stairs. You come out of your room, wondering where Peaches is, having just had Well, we'll get to that later. You come out. Peaches is nowhere to be seen. You come to the balcony, and you just see there is fire everywhere, and Anton is standing in the middle of it. And there are axe blades coming through the walls as people are chopping through the walls.
Okay.
Can I see?
Hey, what's that?
I was just saying, I can see the guy who threw the Molotovs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does it seem like there are more people on like the front door? Like, is there a concentration of axes?
There is a concentration. What would the grouping of axes be?
Axe
A
on.
hack- a hacking.
There's a hacking of axes to the west of where you are standing.
Okay. So I will go to that grouping and cast repel to repel these guys away from the door or wherever they're hacking.
Okay. So here's the thing. You're all right. So you go down there. That's totally fine. Go ahead and give me your repel roll.
Okay, that is a 15.
So that is a what is that versus, by the way?
That is versus their. Wait, what is that? Is their strength? I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So are you trying to hit all four of them?
Yeah, and it affects everybody equally.
Oh, okay. So it's just. All right. You hear a bunch of oofs coming from the other side of the wall. You also hear the popping of bottles breaking, and fire is racing around you. Who is going next?
I guess I would like to come down with Peaches.
Emery also comes out of his room. What in damnation is going on?
I say
Not
to him,
again!
Save the letter.
He
And I think,
looks down. Really? Really? Okay. You're up, Lady Salvo.
Yeah, I think I'd like to go downstairs with Peaches and put in my weird science hearing device, turn it on, and hear the dulcet tones of the Phantom of the Opera. Like that's like the classic Rorschach music.
Yes.
I will come up to the open window there, and I'll take an aim action. With
Okay, to get there, you will have to pass through the fire.
No, to look out the window.
No, but to go up to the window. So if you want to kind of skirt it. Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and shoot him.
No, I'm aiming.
Oh, okay, you're taking your action to aim.
Yes.
Anton, you're in the middle of this fire.
Can I use telekinesis to lift myself and move away, up and over it, so I don't have to tread through the fire?
You do. You will take damage because you are in the midst of a burning building. But go ahead and give me your TK roll.
I mean, that'll be less than walking through it, right?
It will definitely be less than walking through it.
Okay.
16,
Anton,
Anton,
Then I will. What's the approved action for this for our turn?
maneuver and trick.
Trick. Well, I'm just gonna move myself up and over. So let me give me my kinesis. Woo! Finally, a nat 20,
There you go.
followed by a nat 20.
Woof.
Followed by a 9. So 49 is
Plus 13.
Plus 13. So my kinesis is 29. The DN is 8. So I can.
You go flying up into the roof, break your neck, and fall. No.
Yeah, so I will move up and over.
All right, you lift yourself up out of the flames. You will take 2 wounds and 4 shock. I do need you to give me a soak roll if you want.
Yep.
Lady Salvo is there with his guns. Tyrannic has just like moved all of the tables and the chairs up against the wall, and then whoever's on the other side of the wall, again, you kind of hear this like oof and a couple of thumps and like splashing noises.
I forgot to mention Peaches is actually wearing my hat when I come downstairs.
Wow, we
I'm not sure how I
definitely
feel
have
about
some
that.
familiar theft. Like the next
Yeah, I
session's
don't
just
know
going to
how I
be
feel
the
about that.
showdown between Tyrannic and Lady Salvo.
Yeah.
Anton, you move yourself upstairs.
Yeah, well, I move myself out. If I can go over to where like Lady Salvo and Tyrannic are not on fire, so I'm
Yeah.
with them. I got a 23 on my soak roll, but I had to spend a possibility to get it that high.
Okay, that clears all the wounds and all the shock.
Because we have to get up to a 20, right? Because
To-
this is Orosh.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, out a 15 only gets rid of one wound, but a 20 still gets rid of everything. Edith and Genevieve, what are you doing?
So I heard Emery say not again.
He did say not
No.
again.
So, do you know Johannes?
No, I'm just saying that. Listen, there's this other crew that I used to tool around with for just a little bit, and there was one of these guys. He just set everything on fire, just
Yeah, we have
all
one of
the
those
time.
too. Carry on.
Right? All right. So, do we have a way out? Or and he
Yes.
he pulls out his rifle. Or do I need to make one?
No, we have one.
Well, ladies first. I don't care which lady is first. I just need one of
it's
you
fine.
to go.
Did he?
Can I
Here's the question.
tell Lady Salvo to come with us?
You can do whatever you want. I'm just the GM.
Jim, here's the question. Did he leave his coat or cloak near the door
Who?
to dry?
No.
No, he kept it with him.
He did indeed. He kind of puts it on. There's this arc of water that hits the wall. That's not going to be
Maddie.
enough.
Maddie, next time spend a possibility and say, so he left his jacket.
I was just
That
gonna
would have
use it
worked.
to shield myself from the flames. I'm gonna try and get to our point of egress, and flight
Follow
attendant,
her.
everyone.
Yeah,
And
follow
if-
her. Tyrannic.
So Tyrannic, Lady Salvo, and Anton, you see Edith, Emery, and V all come down the stairs. Emery will spread his duster wide because it is still soaking in case. And follow them is what he says. Top of the round, Maddie, you are at the egress. You pull it open, and you can definitely see that it's still raining outside, but this is the side that kind of opens near the stable, and you can see there are two guys in what seem to be very tattered military garb, and they're kind of gathering. There's like 6 horses, including Emery's, or so more like 8 horses, including Emery's, and they're kind of holding it, looking around kind of skittishly. I'm not through yet. Heroes go first, but are stymied. So you all take -2 to your actions this round. But any action is an approved action this round.
Ooh.
It's a good one. Heroes go first, and that would be you guys.
So I might whisper to Edith and Emery, E and E, and point out the 2 dudes holding the horses, because I'm not as good of a shot as they are, and see if they can take them out.
You know, in this light, your eye kind of sparkles. Wait, no, it's made of metal. All right. Edith, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't get to say who gets to go.
Folks horses.
You're going to shoot the guy who's holding the horses?
Yep.
All right, go for it,
No,
Edith.
wait. Hold on. I gotta think about that.
I saw the player brakes pump right there. I throw the bottle of nitroglycerin. Wait.
Hold on.
All right,
think about that.
while Edith is thinking, does anyone else want to jump in?
I take it the 3 of us in the room shall pull out and follow them, get out of the fire. So we're coming behind them. You'll have to let us know if we see.
See anything?
Yeah.
All right, Edith, what's the plan?
As large man with cloak steaming in the heat.
Yeah.
I shout at the guy with the horses. You there?
This is kind of what he says. Squints at the inn window.
We need those horses.
No?
No time for discussion. We need them. Hand them over or get shot.
Are you climbing out the window?
Yep.
Give me an intimidation roll there, Edith.
Ask his name. Ask his name. This sounds like a Samgert.
13.
Do you want to spend anything on that?
I will spend what is intimidation? Is spirit? I will spend a willpower.
You'll spend a willpower.
So 16.
A 16 is a good success. They don't drop the reins,
Stymied.
but yeah, they both kind of are like, they freeze.
Don't forget we're stymied this turn.
Oh, right, you are stymied, so that only gets you to 14.
Sorry, it was a 14. That's a good point.
Also, I put in supporter, so you get 3 more.
So that'll get you to a 17. All right.
Okay, they're stymied. They're not stymied.
They're
intimidated.
Yeah, they're intimidated. They're not leaving, but they're not moving, and they haven't called out yet. What? Wait, are we not shooting them?
No.
He kind of starts climbing up the window, and he falls flat on his face in the mud, and you just hear bubbling swear words kind of come up from beneath you. Genevieve and Edith, you're in the doorway. Edith, are you moving through the window, or are you staying inside?
Nope, went through the window.
All right, Genevieve, tyrannic lady said. So Anton, as you said, you were moving around. You can see Edith going through the window. V is standing in front. You can hear some weird knocking noise coming from outside the window.
So, since I rolled so really well,
Yeah.
anyway, I don't even walk. I'm just floating through the air.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I will just float right through that window like a torpedo exiting a submarine.
Yeah. It's a classy move. Yeah.
All right. That causes them to freak out just a little bit. Demon! Is what they scream as Anton comes like some sort of vampire through the window. V, you feel just this breeze as Anton the human missile comes flying past you. Tyrannic Lady Salvo, what are you doing?
Well, Jam, what can I see through that one window? How many bad guys? Just one?
Just the one, and he is preparing 2 more of these vials.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, then I would like to shoot him, and then I would also like to run back. Yeah, I don't know if I can run back and get through the window as well. Would that be a multi-action?
That would be a multi-action. I will let you do that.
Is there any other penalties in play besides the?
So the penalties that are in play are the 2 for stymied, the 2 for the multi-action, and the firelight reduces the penalties to shoot outside of the inn to a mere 2, because it is dim light.
All right, so I'm up 4 from the aim, so I'm actually it's a wash with the first 2 penalties, and then it's a -2.
Just the -2.
Okay, that's great. All right, so I will do. I don't know. I can't tell if this guy is a named character or not, so I'm just going to fire regularly and see what happens.
Okay.
So, all right, here we go. That's a 7. I'm favored, so I'm going to roll again.
You should roll again.
All right, so it's still 7. That's a -2, so -4 all told to 22 makes that an 18.
I mean, that's a good success.
All right, bang. Starts at 16 damage. And I got Infinity. Woo! Infinity. Woo! So that's 11 plus 16, 27 AP4.
All right. May I take a little liberty with this, Lady
By all
Salvo?
means.
Tyrannic, you hear the sound of Lady Salvo fire behind you, and you turn just briefly to see the guy kind of stumbles back a bit, and at first there's a look of pain that moves to terror, as one of the bottles slips out of his hands and lands on his chest and breaks. And there's this popping noise as several more of these vials go off. And he goes up like a human Roman candle. Edith, Anton, and Emery, you guys can all hear the sounds of someone screaming from the other side of the inn. There's this massive hissing noises, and you can see all of the horses' eyes widen, their nostrils go wide, and the two guys are now even more distracted as they're struggling to hold 4 terrified horses each. Lady Saddle.
Light now?
There's a lot more light on that
Yeah,
side of the inn. Actually, as you watch, Edith, this dude who's on fire, arms akimbo, as he just comes running through the rain. Whatever has set him on fire, the rain does not seem to touch. And he goes screaming around the far side of the inn. You now have dim light.
The second part of my multi-action is to run back and jump through the window. So I will emerge and land on my feet and look around and say, okay, let's go.
Hey, you know that guy.
I gotta tell you, I am very worried that Peaches saw that and realized how much cooler Lady Saddle was in that moment. So,
Hey,
Tyrannic is going to
may I
be
interrupt you
very-
real quick here, Tyrannic? I forgot my bad. I need to hand out. Anton, your destiny card is Hero. Edith, yours is Master Plan, and Lady Salvo, yours is Inspire.
Woo!
Now, Tyrannic, I apologize. Please go ahead.
Yeah,
it is
no-
a bad
no
time to be a
worries.
pyro.
Yeah, so Tyrannic is definitely not happy that Lady Salvo is looking very cool in front of Peaches, and I think seeing the party's over just takes Peaches and then runs out the window too.
So that's all you're gonna do is you're just take Peaches out.
Yes, and probably I don't know if Lady Salvo will be mad if I took the hat off or not. I don't think I'll do that. I won't be that mean. But I'll take Peaches and leave.
You can put it back on my head if you want, or I don't know.
Put the hat on your own head, Tyrannic.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll say that I'll take the hat off Peaches, and as I pass Lady Salvo as we run out the window, I'll put it back on her head where it
Backwards?
belongs.
Backwards?
Where it belongs.
In case you're wondering what hat is being talked about, if you check out next to everyone's nameplate the fantastic art that Simi of Doom put together for this crew, 3 of you technically have hats. Anton has the amazing knit cap, Lady Salvo the wide brim, almost witch hunter style hat, and Tyrannic, just a magnificent feathered headdress. So, Genevieve, everyone is out of the inn through the egress that you wisely put.
Okay, does it sound like any of them have actually gotten into the building at this point?
Not at this point.
Okay. I am going to climb out the window, but I am going to back out so that if I hear anyone actually make it into the building, I'm going to shoot the rum barrels
Okay.
and just finish it.
All right, and then so you're staying in, or are you just getting outside?
I'm getting out, but making sure I have a shot on the bar, so if anyone gets in, we can just...
All right. So you guys are all out there in the rain. You can hear more chopping in the inn, more fire, and the Burning Man just sort of runs through your group and heads to the far side of the inn before falling into the mud, still on fire, but no longer screaming or moving.
So that's what Burning Man looks like in a Rorsch.
That's... Oh. Wah, wah. The 2 guys kind of look to Edith and everyone else that has sort of like a clown car emerged from this inn, and they just kind of hold out the reins. Oh, we have your horses.
I accept one.
That one's my horse. He kind of goes over and makes sure that like there's a small like little like shield and a sword and saddlebags. All right. Where do we go?
The two guys gave the reins to Edith.
To Edith, yeah.
I just kind of float in front of them and go, boo.
They turn and they run.
All right, to the station.
I'm gonna leap nimbly into the saddle.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. Two, and Peaches is with me, for the record.
I don't know that V's ever ridden a horse before. I don't feel like there's a lot of horses in the Cyber Papacy.
Not so much.
No.
Are you riding with one of the your allies? I mean, it's only taken a year, but I've given you the opportunity to actually be horsemen.
That's fair. Whoever, maybe Edith or whoever takes pity on me, like I don't know what to do. Salvo, great. She hops up with Salvo.
All right. And you guys are heading out to gonna ride to the station. All right.
I just kind of hold onto a saddle and float along, let the horse pull me along.
All right. As you guys kind of go riding around, I assume Lady Salvo and Genevieve in the lead, followed by Emery and Edith, Anton sort of supermaning his way through the night, Peaches flapping behind like some sort of, pterodactyl. You can see that there is a sort of a group of rabble who are making this assault on the inn. They look gaunt. They look malnourished. They're all in what look to be Erosian, like Victorian style uniforms, except they're torn, they're tattered. They look really worse for the wear. They're all sort of filthy. And there's this cheers. They finally break through the inn, only to find to kind of look and watch you guys as you go riding out of the courtyard. Now it takes you. You ride most of the night, Edith and Emery sort of leading the way, but soon you arrive at a small wooden building on a platform, kind of in the middle of nowhere. But you can see, I think everyone is, Genevieve, you've seen these things, in data files, in historical archive records. Anton, Edith, Lady Salvo, especially Edith and Lady Salvo, you are quite familiar with rail stations and, country stops. Tyrannic, there's metal sorcery here. These two metal rails that seem to just extend to horizon and horizon. And you can hear this.
Dead things.
What?
So many dead things.
So many dead things. You can hear this sound of at first you think it's the sound of thunder, Tyrannic, but then it sounds like the screams of like something from your nightmares, and you can see this bright white yellow light coming down these rails, rushing towards you, and you guys all hear this high-pitched squeal. And the train slowly pulls up to the station. Woman kind of steps off. She's in a large trench coat. You can see she's wearing sort of like a suit underneath. She's got a sharp gray cap on. Right, are you all heading to, you expecting to get on this train?
Where does the train go?
Train goes, several stops, and then we hit the coast, and there's 2 or 3 cities there that you can get off. It all depends on how far you want to ride. We'll need to...
How much,
How much? Well, if you're
Yes.
going all the way to the coast, it'll be about $30 a piece.
How far are we going?
Well, you know that from Tyrannic's letter from Grigori, wow, this whole session has turned into a game of telephone. That the warden runs a prison known as Kala Pane, and it's on an island off the eastern shore, off the eastern coast of India.
So we want to go.
And so we need.
Is Emery going with us, or are we giving him the horses and leaving?
I mean, I'll take the horses.
Emery has to take Tyrannic's letter back to Grigori.
Yeah. Darn straight he does.
What's this about a letter?
We have to go to Kalpane, to the coast. Give him some of your fancy paper.
I will pay for Tyrannic's ticket.
Hey, thank you.
All right. She doles out several strange pieces of this paper, Tyrannic, that probably have other people's thoughts ripped out of their head and put on there.
Don't lose this. I say to him, do not lose this.
There's a couple of punches, and Emery says, well, good luck. If he has a return letter, where should I tell him you'll be?
He knows where I'll be.
Right. All right, good luck. Everyone just give me a quick spirit roll, please.
Seventeen.
Would this be a bad time to mishap?
Maybe. Everything's fine, Lady Salvo. Fine. You walk into the train, happy as a lark. Edith, Anton.
12.
Okay.
13.
13.
9.
9. All right.
12.
Lady Salvo, you and Genevieve, you get on the train. The rest of you, as you kind of step on that first stair, damn it, if you don't have the strangest sense of deja vu.
Tyrannic has deja vu about a train?
You have the strangest sense of deja vu.
Okay.
You know, I've heard of that before.
All over again.
I'm going to get into one of the seats and just pull my hat down and probably go to sleep if I'm feeling that comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it is Genevieve, you and Lady Salvo. I mean, everything, like the nice overstuffed seats, the train cars that sort of have, like, they face each other. There's several standing tables kind of bolted to the floor. It looks like at one point it was a very nice train. These ones are a little the cars that you're in, you can kind of see if you look real closely, like some paint flecks on the wall, some scratches on the floor, that sort of thing. Ladies, you guys, like, you can see clearly Lady Salvo and Genevieve sit down inside the train. Lady Salvo kind of pulls her hat down and immediately seems to fall asleep. The conductor kind of comes up. You know, when I say all aboard, that usually means all aboard.
I'd get on the train.
Yes.
All right, there's again this sound of the whistle. You guys can kind of hear the click, clack of the train as it starts to pick up speed and heads out into the Orosian night. So, that is the end of our act. I'm going to give everyone 5 XP for the last several sessions. And when we come back, we will in 2 weeks we will start back up on the train. The train rolling out of this country station, heading out across India's beautiful landscape with a more Orosian tint to it. But we're going to head out from there. We're going to pause there. I don't want to start the next act just yet. So thank you all for showing up. Chat, you guys are amazing. And I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring your arguments for possibilities, because I hear you, and in any other cosm, I would be handing out possibilities for the puns, for the jokes, for the laughs. But this is Orosh. There are special circumstances here. As always, thank you to JD and Kirk for doing a great job moderating the chat. JD keeps the best of the chat sort of rolling our direction, not just mine, but to all of the Horsemen. We get to see all of your chants for Anton to lick things, for clairvoyance, V's fandom, Anton's fandom, what's going on with Tyrannic. I hope to see all of you guys on Thursday night for Fading Suns. I will be back. We will pick up where we left off with Calypso captured and Jexa bleeding out, and just seeing what happens from there. Horsemen, as always, it's just so good. I look forward to playing this game with you every time we get together. I love running Torg. I love the fans. I love our chat. Like, you guys... Like, I love running games, in case you haven't picked that up. But the fact that you guys are so enthusiastic about this game and this setting and this world, I love interacting with you about it. So thank you for that. Again, I don't know if it's going to go to Backer Kit or if they will have a late backer pledge for Orosh. But if they do, we will let you know. Yeah, as always, check out the other great shows on the Ulysses International channel. There's the New World show will give you information on upcoming crowdfunding, new games, info into all sorts of behind-the-scene things on what is going on for Ulysses International. Thank you to Ulysses International for allowing us to run this game and just supporting us in the way that they do. And we will see you in 2 weeks for more Torg, more Horsemen on Tuesday night here on the Ulysses International channel. If you haven't followed them on Twitch or on YouTube yet, go follow them. It's a simple button, subscribe, and they'll all the new content will come towards you. If you like us, if you like what we do, check out the Iconic Production, do the same thing. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. I'm JM the GM. These are my Horsemen, and we will see you in 2 weeks.